Mr. Samir Zuberi, Member of Parliament of Canada.
I'd like to thank all the organizers for bringing together this event, and for everybody who's spoken so far and shared your knowledge with us, and for all those who are tuning in and listening to this. Every single person who is paying attention to this issue, I want to thank you for doing so and for sharing information around what is happening with two minorities within China. As was said earlier, this is not about the Chinese people. This is about state policies that we need to address, that we need to confront as an international community, as a human society. I'd like to, the senator who went just before me outlined that a number of points that our parliament in Canada, the House of Commons, did recognize that a genocide is in fact occurring towards the Uyghur people and other Turkic minorities. This genocide is something that we have recognized in Canada. We are the first legislature internationally to do so. We follow the American administration, that the administration's recognition of the genocide. That, I think, is an extremely important point. I know and hope that other countries will follow suit. It's something that we must do as an international global community in order to stop these very serious crimes against humanity. So myself, I'm from the governing party. And as was mentioned, this was not a partisan issue. Everybody in the House of Commons put partisanship on the back burner, but each and every party had a majority of its members vote for the recognition of genocide that's happening within Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region, also called locally as East Turkestan. Now, I was a member of a parliamentary subcommittee that heard firsthand testimony of survivors of the concentration camps, of experts like many on this panel, and we heard from survivors. One of the survivors actually spoke about a physical exam that he was subject to. It was such a detailed physical exam that when they were examining him, looking at his body, when they went to his eyes, they actually thought that he thought that they were going to pull out his eyeballs right there and then, as that exam was happening. This Uyghur individual. This individual had committed no crime, was apprehended without any charge, didn't know why he was there, but this was the exam that he was subject to. He thought that he would be dissected on the table. That's a reality we're dealing with. Canadian media has also reported that students in Canada who are not Canadian, but of Uyghur and other minority origins, have been called to the embassies and consulates to give blood samples. Why? It's a good question. But we know that blood samples, when they're given, allow they pave the way. They allow for organs to be harvested more easily. So this is real. And you know, when I was speaking with somebody from the Uyghur advocacy groups here, he said that, you know, this what's happening to the Uyghur people and other Turkic minorities is so multifaceted that it can be hit from many different angles. We hear about the forced labor, the slave labor. We hear about the concentration camps, about the sterilization, forced abortions. The organ harvesting is actually one of the secondary issues almost compared to the others that I just enumerated. It is beyond the pale of imagination. I want to close with the idea that it is critical that we, those of us who are listening, share this information that we're hearing today on social media with our colleagues. Speak out. I'd like also those who are involved in legislatures in other parts of the world to follow suit of the United States and of Canada and actually have a clear declaration where the evidence is considered and the question is asked, is genocide in fact occurring? I do believe that we will be on the right side of history, and we need to stop this now because it is unfolding and it is happening. I'll close with that. I want to thank everybody for their courage, for standing up. Sir Geoffrey Nice Jeffrey Nice for being with us. And I'm looking forward to the tribunal which you are heading up and the results of that. Thank you.